Hello children, in this video I will explain you about force and the effects of force. So we are surrounded by many kind of things. Some are living and some are non-living. Basically you know that the living organisms are able to move by themselves. But when we talk about inanimate objects like table, chair, pencil box and all that. So these objects cannot move or cannot change their position. That means they will remain at the resting position. Now we will talk about the resting position and motion. Now children, as you can see on the screen, rest and motion in physics. What are the things which are at rest and what are considered as in motion? So a body is at rest if its position does not change with respect to its surroundings. Okay, as you can see here, resting position, the house, the tree, these all are at the resting position. But on the other hand, if a body moves or changes position with respect to its surroundings, it is said to be in motion. As you can see here in the next one, that is the person who is playing football, then the bird which is flying, and the butterfly also which is hovering over. Okay, so this is called the motion. So here you can note down that the state of rest and motion of body is relative to each other. So a body can be both at rest and in motion at the same time. So for that I want to tell you one example of a moving car or a moving train. So children, you can see here in this picture, people are in the train, okay, and outside environment you can see that it seems like something is moving. Okay, so you might have also noticed that when you are sitting inside the train, it seems like outside things are moving. But actually what happens when you are sitting in the train, actually the train is moving. So there is a difference. A traveling car or the train, if it is moving, its passengers are at the resting position, okay, inside the train. But for outsiders, along with the train, you are also moving. The train is moving, so the train is in the motion, but you are at the resting position. Now children, the next topic is force. What is force? Living things can move by themselves, but non-living things need some kind of pull or push to work on it so that those things can move. So here is a concept of force. A force is a push or pull that causes an object to move faster or slower, stop, change direction or change size or shape. Without force, nothing would ever move. So here you can see that pull and push, either pull or push. Now force is needed to change the state of rest to motion or state of motion to rest. That means both can be done. So here force is having two features, either push or pull. Okay, so force as push. A force is considered to be pushed when we apply a force on it and the direction of motion is away from us. As you can see here, heavy objects need more force to move. So here you can see that the child is moving the trolley away from the body. And pulling is what? A force is said to be pulled when we apply a force and the body moves to us. That means towards yourself. So you can see here the girl is dragging the trolley. Okay, so here is the difference. Force as a push, when it is working, the thing will move away from you. Okay, and if the force is working as a pulling force, then the moving body will move towards you, towards your body. Now here comes the next topic, that is the effects of force. Okay, so what are the effects of force? That means what forces can do if it is applied on any object. Okay, either at the rest position or at the motion. Okay, so first thing is that a force can produce the following effects. A force can move a stationary object. Stationary object, that means the object which is at the rest, okay, which is not moving, which is at one place. A force can stop a moving object. A force can change the speed of a moving object. A force can change the direction of a moving object. A force can change the shape and size of an object. Now one by one we will study about the different effects of the forces. First one, a body at rest can start moving when a force is applied. Okay, a body at rest cannot start moving unless a force acts on it. So this force could be a push or a pull. Just like a boy kicking a stationary football makes the football move. The force should have enough magnitude to make the body move. If the force is increased, sometimes a large body can also be moved. Okay. Next is a force can stop the moving object or the moving body. A moving body can be stopped when a force is applied. For example, brakes are used to stop a car. A moving car cannot stop by itself. Okay, so by applying brakes, we are applying a force against it, which acts opposite to the direction of the motion of the car and stops its motion. So here you can see that how by applying the force, a moving object can be stopped. The third is a force can change the speed of a body. How? Here's the example. On pushing a swing, it moves faster. Okay. If a force is applied in the direction of the motion of the body, that means pushing from back side, what happens? Its speed increases. However, if a force is applied opposite to the direction in which the body moves, it slows down the object. So effects are different. So sometimes you can see by applying force, we can lower down the speed, and sometimes we can increase the speed of the moving object. Next is a force can change the direction of motion or direction of the moving object. So the best example is when we hit the ball by a bat. What happens? The ball changes its direction. So when a bat comes in contact with the ball, by changing the angle of the bat, the batsman can control the direction in which the ball moves. So that is the direction can be changed by applying the force on the moving object. And the last one, a force can change the shape or size of the body. How? A squeeze tube or a rubber ball's shape can be changed by the application of a force. Hence the force is capable of changing the state of strain on a body. Just like the spring. Spring, when you are stretching it or compressing it, what happens? It changes its shape, but it is temporary. And as you remove the force, what happens? It comes back on its own position. Similarly, a rubber ball, when it is squeezed, its shape changes, but it is temporary. Okay, the ball has a normal spherical shape, and when we apply a force on it with our hand, its shape changes. It is no more spherical. On removal of the deforming force, it goes back to its original position. In the same way, rubber band is stretched, so it is at the state of strain. A stretched rubber band has to be held in place by the applied force. On removal of the force, it goes back to its original size.